Greetings, I'm joining us tonight's broadcast. All right, we're just going to jump right in. So this is Anunnaki. This continue. Oh, this is like the beginning, and then we'll go into somebody else, possibly Palladian connections. We'll see if they want to say anything, if they dare. Of course, I forget what I typed in. I can't see the title here. Not anymore, at least. It's about realities. Our reality is being manipulated by ship, by alien beings that most society is laughing about right now. At least influenced, and it's up to the human here to you know take the paycheck or whatever it is, be bought and paid for, things like that. Like Hollywood, be the sellout of you know be a Hollywood sellout basically. So in the Archon reality. So with Anunnaki connections, again, sort of a different vibe on things. A lot of it, not all of it, a lot of those ground crew beings here too. They don't make it the easiest to tap into for obvious reasons, but we are being influenced from you know, outer influences uh, through our media, school system, government systems, things like that. Or there's more to it than that, but either way, I think you have the idea. It was influence, and it's up to us to make the choices. And I think we see what the choices are made here. Um, so the idea is to break that. That's what this is all about. I just feel like they're not. I don't want to get too drained. It's, yeah. But either way, they're here. And the Matrix reality, as Archon created, there's our modern reality, or however you want to look at it. A version of our reality is Archon invented. You can say it has a lot to do with the rules here, how things are done, how the beings come through dimensions, things like that. This has a vibe I'm getting from them. Obviously, there's other beings around, not just the Archons. The Archons play a big role. It's like an Archon grid, basically, to keep us here. So, however you want to look at it, yeah, Archons cause difficulties for reptilians. They cause difficulties for everybody. I feel like they are neutral beings, but they can still be a pain in the ass. Yeah, they're higher dimensional beings that can be. They feel like they can do whatever they want. You can say those are the gods, if you want to look at it that way. So, gods of our reality, or something like that. So, of course, Arcturians are here to help us through all of this. But after Atlantis went down, that's where the Archon grid was brought on. So, we say the Atlanteans were tested heavily by the Archons and lost. So that was their first loss, was the Archons, and then reptilians came in, and everybody Anunnaki came and did their own manipulations, things like that. So you have a society, you have to test it. So either way, okay. So we'll go into we'll just do Anu like we did last time. I'll go to other Anunnaki beings too, but the idea of Anunnaki is basically to unravel our reality, go into places that are maybe uncomfortable for some, but we're going into more of a healing stage right now. So this might seem like crazy right now, but if you're attuned to these things, which many aren't, but it feels like what I get. I don't know where these being. It's through a lot of manipulations coming from ships. They're outside our planet though. They're not. I don't feel like they're physically here. Some of them might be, but most of them are outside. They're doing it. There's positive and there's negative doing their thing. So, and obviously, when you start tapping into to clear out the negative, you're going to get energy attacks. You're going to feel like you're going crazy. It's just the way it is. If you start unraveling the manipulation here spiritually. People are talking about now is the time for, we're going into a galactic awakening and everything. All right, clear out the darkness. Well, you have to. I mean, you can't just snap your fingers. You got to go through some stuff. Some of us do, at least, to have some kind of resolution. So, something like that. Okay, so we'll see where this goes. Some blessings. Yeah, I might even connect to Archon because I haven't connected to them in a long time. It's like what the hell, right? I'm not sure what's going on with this. Nothing with the focus thing. I just have to live with it. Or just get a different camera. I've had enough of it. I'll try something different. So, after this. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Just leave it the way it is. It'll figure itself out. Blessings. Greetings. This is Anu. Greetings to you with that Anunnaki. A lot of your moons in your solar system, many moons were moved around during your Earth's past. That changed the vibration of your Earth. As this, the Atlanteans lost their way. The humans also lost their way. The children of the Atlantis. Where your Atlanteans are your species, basically. Mm-hmm. Your grandparents, your great ancestors. As some of you will begin to feel those vibrations, as your chakras awaken, you might feel just little elements of your past. You might feel the shockwave of, yes, war. But once again, you'll find peace. It's like you're going backwards in time into the ancient world. Before Anunnaki truly brought a presence here, as we were observers during your past. Yes, we were citizens of Atlantis. We weren't, and some beings were testing Atlanteans as they feel like they were a more superior race. I'll let you be the judge of that. One moment. Oh yes. Alien influence on your planet is always going to be off-world on ship, normally. Now, you do have portals here. You do have building infrastructures that do bring in the manipulation energies. Notice New York City and those tall buildings. What do you think they're doing all day? They're bringing in a manipulation into your world. So yes, it was agreed upon between the alien and the human to do so. Now there is positive energies being brought in, of course, but it's not exactly the easiest as you're wandering through your darkness. To get to your light, you have to know the madness of your world. How low can a world go? How low can society go? I think you're having an idea of that. You just can't let that go instantly. So it's always been kind of like a magic on your world to keep it at the low vibration. As you are reactivating yourself slowly, just through memories. It is through astral. Astral is not easy for many of you. Never has been. That doesn't mean it's going to get any easier either. If you want this true awakening, connect to your star friends. Astral has actually become harder for some of you that are truly upping your game to bring in a new age. Not everyone's on that level of stress, but some of them are. That's what you're here to do. You signed up for it. So you're going to feel more tired throughout the day. And also tiredness has to do with downloads you're receiving too. Doesn't mean that you're having a war in astral all the time. But yes, it is kind of heavy for some of you. and will continue to do so, at least into this next year. I can't say it's going to get too much lighter next year, but definitely into this next year, you should feel a shift. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. You'll see a lot happening physically, like alien ships flying around saying hello there. But more sightings will occur in different places of your world. Usually, Arizona or rural areas, anywhere where you normally see a crop circle energy, that would continue to do so. And yes, your ice age, your Antarctica is slowly going to continue to melt. You're shifting your consciousness. You want things to go faster. Yes, it's going to melt even faster, but not to worry on Earth changes on that regard. You're doing human changes, as you can see. Now, the Archon grid is a little bit more sketchy, as yes, they are everywhere. Not all alien beings have an understanding of an Archon essence. Nobody really does. It is a mystery. As once we think we've understand them, they bring in something else. They outsmart us. So they're always shifting, changing, opening up new realities, coming in, going out. We never know who we're connecting to. You can say they're the ghosts of an alien reality. As yes, they've always it's always downloaded knowledge. We have some idea of them, but we don't always have 100% idea of where they came from. Some beings claim to do so is because you found a Archon race that has retired and they're easy to talk to, but the newer ones are hard to keep an eye on. The ancient Archons are part of your infrastructure. Yes, they taught us how to build realities. We learned a lot of it on our own, but it's like they left instructions of how to do so. This is why ships and alien beings can shift out of your reality quite easily through the Archon assistance. But there's much more. It has a lot to do with the Earth's energy field also. But basically, the reality you're living is what's necessary for your growth. Of course, you can change things, change sky color, you can change the ocean color, and you will gradually, yes, with the Earth's human consciousness, you will eventually change your whole environment, but it has to go slow. So if you call it a computer reality, you can call it whatever, it's a spiritual reality. So it's a spiritual reality basically for the soul to find more about itself. You're looking for information. You're looking for information about yourself. That's why you're here. Yes, you feel like you're getting information from this world, and that's true. You're also finding out what you're capable of, and it goes much further than that. What can you put yourself into? What hell can you put yourself into, and what comes out of it? What you learn from it, what talents you bring out, what new energies you create through all of this. It goes much more deeper than that also, but that's the simplified version of it. As you're connected to other planets, other realities, but it's not taught in schools about other realities just yet. You're not talking about Venus and Mars and Neptune having lifetimes there. I don't believe that's in your curriculum at this moment. As you go more higher dimensional, you realize how small your reality really is. But it was necessary for the growth. It's like you're putting tricycle wheels on your tricycle. You haven't even rode it yet. But as you go multi-dimensional, you're like a speed train. You're just going all over the place, going deeper into your universe. But this is all necessary. You need this world to open yourselves up, to test spirit. Once again, we spoke about spirit yesterday. Spirit has always had a growth problem. It didn't know how to grow. It created different alien beings to grow and learn through them. Arcturian beings are one of the early creations, but it wanted reptilian to discover more of a more complicated side of the soul, but continued to create. Palladian energies came in to soften much of the darker energies that were created. Palladian is different beings, but we can't go into all the details, but I think you have the idea. Anunnaki was also created to scatter beings across the universe, to abduct and take souls to other places. You'd be surprised. It's not always of a negative nature. It's just as you weren't. Yes, there is a negative nature in your universe. Yes, of course. That has, you can say, the souls of this universe have a lot of darkness they have not quite understand how to clear. They're still, as they feel they found their peak of their darkness, it goes further and further and further. That's why you have your dark entities and all that souls guys. So you created a whole nother reality here. Other universes have done this, but this one's taken to a whole new level. I believe other universes have gone further, but it's not important to them. Basically, to find yourselves through the darkness of the soul. And discovering that darkness and healing it is easier said than done, as many of you notice. Society is in a trap mentally worldwide due to Illuminati manipulations. To heal that is just to be yourself. Yes, concentrate on yourself. And just work on your own energy, and the world will figure itself out. So they want people to save the world, but you got to save yourself. Save the world is actually manipulation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with caring about the world and wanting to save it, but you got to put yourself first. But once again, that's up to you. You make your choices. If you want to save the world and scatter your energy across the world, then so be it. That's your choice. Because that can happen. And it's kind of hard to put yourself back together after that. But some souls aren't happy with themselves and they would do something different. So you can't scatter yourself. You can break apart your soul. I know it sounds strange, but to different, as many of you know, to fractal energies. Yeah. Fractal energies that can be uncontrolled and uncontrollable. It's how you're all fractals, but some can become uncontrollable fractals. But that's how they work. So once again, healing the darkness on this earth is knowing yourself. You can say that some of the Atlantean beings that wanted to, during times of Atlantis, of course, that wanted to heal the earth, to resurrect it, as it was deeply damaged, got pulled in, not necessarily into the darkness, but watch themselves be destroyed because it was impossible to do. Not at this level. And you see the level of the world today. It's very difficult. I mean, you share your light. You share yourself. You share your light. The brighter your light is just by being you. It can be with a few friends, one friend, no friends. Doesn't matter. It's the energy of the earth feels. The world feels your vibration. So you feel like you need to do it all physically. It's all done through energy. So you are everywhere. You just have to remember that. So, blessings to you. Greetings to you. We are the Pleiadians. We are the Nordics. It's Hobblons. Greetings. Well, yes, what the Archons brought to you was knowledge about yourselves. As what Archons can understand your spirit self. They're alien beings, but they can see your spirit self quite well. And they can find your vulnerabilities. And you're bringing your vulnerabilities to a world like this. To test you. To see if you can handle your shadow self. Not as easy as you think, is it? As you're like facing yourself. So, as some of you have heard, that you have like a darker self here of yourself, not necessarily in your dimension, but it's kind of testing you. That's true. Now, it's not with everybody, different degrees of it. But who else better knows your vulnerabilities or weaknesses than your shadow self? Now, you can come in this incarnation and deactivate that, but some of you is like, I want to see what I got. And that is one of the tougher tests on this one. Yes, a spiritual test is harder than any. Yes, the physical tests are very difficult, but as you know, the mental tests are just as difficult as the mind gets pushed to its level of insanity. The mind has not been quite understood quite yet in your reality, as you know. Yes, take Zoloft, take all these drugs. We don't know what the hell is going on in your mind. But healing mental illness is key for your survival here, isn't it? As many are going crazy right now because of this lockdown. Once again, testing the mind. Many are feeling more violent. Understand, the mind is the next direction to go, to heal. A spiritual direction would help. Society is up to society to do so. Is letting out one's demons. It's letting out the distrust of government, of course. Letting out one's shadow self. So shadow work, a deep shadow work, worldwide is, yes, necessary, of course, but can be done individually. Now is the time for it. As it will open up your higher chakra, it's easier for you to see more of yourselves. So basically, you're true to yourself is another way for shadow self. You accept who you are, wherever it might be. And releasing lifetimes that you're not exactly proud of will definitely jumpstart your vibration to a higher entity, essence. That's your survival of shadow work at this time. For those that need it, not everyone needs it. Most society is going to look at the other direction of it. But that is mastering an Archon manipulation. They're always going to test society. It's just the way it is. Well, they have a hold on the majority of society in fear. So once you recognize who's here, like if everybody's talking about Archons, aliens, and spirit guides and angels, you might not have all the answers, but everybody's speaking about it. The beings won't have as power as they used to. Because you know how to heal it. It's like you have a disease, how do you heal it? Well, you got to know what the problem is first. Well, if you're constantly ignoring it, it's hard to heal something like that. So you have to recognize the problem. And they're not making it easy when most of society isn't believing any of this. Your elections will go away. Your political elections, you won't need them anymore. Because now society is starting to trust each other. It does trust itself, kind of, but not in a global fashion. Society has to trust itself worldwide. So you don't have to elect anybody. You just have to know each other. So healing that energy isn't the easiest. Yes, we all get along? Is you don't always have to get along with each other completely, but at least recognize each other in a higher dimensional way. And that's when you'll go more the healed it. Yes, the alien ships that are manipulating your society right now. Yes, there are several. A lot of them are in Washington. A lot of them are around your government facilities. Some of them are around your mountains to manipulate them. Or there's others who help, of course. It's programming. They're there hovering around those places to program. They're constantly sending a vibration to your governments, to your mountains, to your oceans, to program your world. As you get light of this, you'll be able to heal it more clearly. You no longer have a codex put into your body to program you, because you can't have an energy of course put into to even program. Most of society has, not everybody. Most of you have deactivated much of that. That's why you're thinking spiritually. You're opening yourselves up. Just continue to be who you are. Obviously, into spiritual awakening, there's different levels of it. There's the aware of your aliens. There's awareness of the galactic energies here. But now you're going to go more, yes, multi-dimensional. Where you start feeling other planets. That's when you truly go into a healing phase, or it's in your astral, you start to see it more clearly. That's when you know the fourth dimension is truly coming in. planetary energies. Now, connecting these alien ships is one step in the right direction for sure. Because some of you are connecting to them to interfere with them. They're obviously been blocking their existence for a long time, but some of you have been connected to them for all of your lives to break them down. So the program is simple. Yes, it's how you program a human through childhood, through teens, through adulthood. It's the program. You can label it any way you want of not knowing yourselves. Basically, when a child is born, you usually just let the kid, teach everybody. You teach them to walk, talk, but also what is your child seeing? What are the vibrations they brought from spirit that you can learn from? And the parent can heal a lot of low vibrations, and the child and the parents become one, actually. Become a higher dimensional energy. That's how it works usually. And everyone's doing it. And you just feel a more higher vibrational frequency. So children are brought into the world at a higher frequency. It changes the Earth's vibration. It's happening now, but it's just not at the higher vibration it's like it to. So it is occurring currently. It all has to do with the program that's brought in. Even Venus is part of a program that's going on here. It's not exactly the most positive, because they have a lot to learn here. That they're going through their own problems still too. So it just gives you more of an idea of where you're heading. There's positive beings from Venus. There's positive people here also. On our planet, basically, yes, you're just finding yourself here, your galactic self, and that will heal much of the darkness on your world. Trusting yourself, of course. So we'll just feel with that. Blessings. All right, blessings.